Okay, how do I get a guy to like me? Well, let's see. Obviously, being attractive helps. Not everybody can do that, but, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What doesn't work? Let's see. How do I get a guy to like me? Well, you could always put out, but I don't recommend that unless, you don't want the relationship to last longer than a week. So let's see. What do guys look for in a woman? Well, guys look for all sorts of things. Depending on the guy, depending on his personality type, you could have a situation where you got the player, you got the guy who can't commit. There's all different categories. So let's just start with the basics. You're going out and you see a guy in Starbucks, and he's by himself and he's cute and you want to talk to him. What do? Short answer is you talk to him. I don't know what the deal is about confidence and being shy, whatever, but women, yeah, they say that women can be more aggressive when it comes to pursuing the opposite sex. I don't know if that's true or not, but I can tell you one thing that is true between both sexes, male and female. People like confidence. If you go into a situation thinking you're going to fail, you're going to fail. So when you go up to the guy, you just introduce yourself. That's all there is to it. Say, hey, what's your name? That's it. That's all there is to it. Now, see some icebreakers. Obviously, with the risk of getting a bunch of angry videos, you ask a girl one question, that's a half-hour conversation. Guys are a little bit more closed up, but you can get a guy to talk about himself forever because guys like to talk about themselves. Whether they want to admit it or not, guys like to talk about themselves. So, there you go. Let's see. As far as stage one, so talking to the guy, stage one, and then, well, where do you want to go from there? What are you looking for? Because the kind of bait that you put out there is going to depend on what fish you're going to reel in. So, let's see. If you're coming off as, you're fun, you're adventurous, you're outgoing, guys like that kind of stuff. Some guys, they like a homebody, a woman who's a caretaker, want to stay home, take care of kids, whatever. Then there's guys that like the women that they want to go out and they want to do things. They want to go to the club, they want to go to the movies, they want to go camping, fishing, whatever the thing is. So it really depends. So talk about your interests, and let's see. Well, the hardest part, I think, of a lot of people would say, how do I maintain that relationship? How do I keep it going once it starts? Okay, well, the short answer is you stay plugged in. That's all there is to it. You stay plugged in. You get to know a person. You make an attempt to get to know a person. If you don't do that, then it is what it is. It's like anything. You leave bread out on the counter for long enough, it goes stale. So, and that's what an idle relationship does. You got to talk. Communication is the key. Men or women, I don't care what the guy says. The guy can clam up, whatever. People like to talk about themselves, and if they don't talk to each other, it's not going to last. So, you guys got to have stuff in common. That's one thing. It's like I can't emphasize enough. You got to have stuff in common. If you have completely different interests than the person you're with, how's it going to work? I mean, you can make it work for a while, but you guys got to find some common ground as to, how long this is going to last, because that's your shelf life. If you guys don't have anything in common, especially fundamental values, it's not going to last. And let me just say, most importantly, because this is the one I hear all the time, and I'm really tired of hearing it because it's pretty simple. What is a guy thinking? Well, if you want to know what a guy's thinking, I'm going to tell you the same thing that women always say to guys. If you want to know, ask. A guy is just like he's a human being. If you want to know something, you ask. Depending on your approach, what that means is that that's what you're going to get out of it. So if you take a nasty approach, then he's going to react like a jerk off, and that's probably what you're going to get. But you know, if you think a guy's cheating on you, if you're not sure about the future, if you're not sure, you know, where it's going to go, all of these things, if you want to know what a guy's thinking, just ask him. That's all there is to it. You know, guys that avoid conversation and confrontation, really, they have issues. So I don't know if a person that doesn't want to talk, if that's someone that you want to pursue a long-standing relationship with, because if they don't want to talk to you, who are they going to talk to? That's all there is to it. I mean, if you can't talk to the person that you're with, then what do you have? So that's it, ladies. You want to know what a guy's thinking? Just ask him. That's all there is to it, point blank. You know, it's not as complicated as people make it out to be. And that's another thing. You know, this Facebook thing, you know, relationship status, complicated. You know what? Complicated means that it's a relationship you don't need to be in. If it's complicated, if you can't talk about it, and if you can't figure out whether it's here nor there, then you don't have much of a relationship. And if it is a relationship, it's probably not one you should be in. So, until next time, keep your heads up, and hey, fall off the horse, get right back on.